What do you think is the single most important metric we should be watching for this afternoon?
I think most investors are going to look at exactly what John was talking about, which is mobile. And I think the metric is mobile as a percentage of advertising revenue. I think pretty much street expectations are that overall revenue is going to decline sequentially by about 10%, and everybody's okay with that. We get the seasonality. Pretty much everybody thinks they have costs under control enough to hit the earnings number. So the metric that's going to jump out at you is mobile growing as a percentage of total ad revenue? We know mobile usage was up to 40% last quarter. It's probably going to be 42 or 43% this quarter. We have to see that ad revenue be something more like 26, 28%, up from 23% last quarter. You're not going to monetize on a mobile screen as well as you do on a desktop because you have less real estate to work with. But I think the effectiveness of mobile ads is pretty high. The click-through rates are pretty high. So as long as we hear a number solidly in the mid 20% range, I think the market will reward Facebook.
What about engagement and this whole idea of how long people are actually staying on the site? How important is that going to be, and what sort of trends are you expecting there?
It's so interesting because Facebook doesn't publish minutes or anything. We all kind of use ComScore data, and ComScore doesn't track mobile as well. It's very funny because we do a survey every quarter of users, and people think that they're on Facebook literally 4 to 5 times as long as ComScore reports that they are. So, it seems to me engagement might actually be a lot higher than ComScore is tracking. I'm not exactly sure why people think they spend so damn much time on Facebook, but they do. I personally spend a lot of time on it. I know my wife does. So, but it's hard anecdotally to check. I don't think we're going to ever get good metrics. That number is kind of moderated around 6 hours a month. And again, people think they spend 30 or 40 hours a month on Facebook. So I don't think we'll ever get good metrics as long as we don't see numbers dropping in terms of users. And I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. As long as we see that mobile percentage of use rising, I think people are going to be confident that Facebook is still relevant to most users.
Now, of course, Facebook launched Facebook Home a few weeks ago, this very ambitious goal of trying to turn every Android phone into a Facebook phone, but it's gotten really mediocre reviews in the Google Play Store. I believe it's an average of 2 stars, and this is from thousands of reviews so far. Are you looking for more information about Facebook Home? Would you say the jury's still out, or this thing has been a bust?
I'm not interested in it at all. I think it's a niche-y product. I mean, I think it's great that they try, but remember back 10 years ago when every different website was trying to be your home page? So when you booted up your PC and went on the internet, Google or Yahoo was your home page. That's really what Facebook's trying to do on the mobile phone. And when I boot up my PC, I actually don't search first. I have Yahoo Finance as my homepage. I know guys who have Yahoo Sports as their homepage. I don't really want Facebook as my homepage, but that's me. And my guess is 1% of Facebook users want Facebook as their homepage. That's a big number. I mean, that's literally 10 million people. And my guess is they'll end up with 2 or 3 or 4 million people who adopt Facebook Home on their Android phones. I don't think that moves the needle. I just think it shows that Facebook management is trying to continue to innovate ways to get people to use Facebook. The more people use Facebook, the more opportunities to advertise. More advertising equals more revenue.